Once upon a time, in a sky filled with twinkling stars and shimmering galaxies, there lived a little star named Stella. Stella was the smallest star in the night sky, but she had the biggest dreams of all. She longed to embark on a grand adventure and shine brightly like her celestial siblings. One clear night, as Stella gazed down upon the earth below, she spotted a family of stargazers gathered in a cozy backyard. Their faces were illuminated by the soft glow of their campfire, and their eyes sparkled with wonder as they pointed towards the heavens. Inspired by their sense of awe and curiosity, Stella decided to join them on their adventure. With a flicker of determination, she set off on a journey through the vast expanse of space, her tiny light glowing with excitement. As Stella descended towards the Earth, she encountered a family of shooting stars who offered to guide her on her quest. Together, they streaked across the sky, leaving trails of glittering stardust in their wake. Their first stop was a majestic mountain peak, where they met a family of adventurous climbers who scaled the rocky cliffs with laughter and determination. Stella shimmered overhead, casting a gentle light to guide their way as they reached new heights together. Next, they journeyed to a lush green forest where they encountered a family of curious animals exploring the wonders of nature. Stella danced through the treetops, illuminating the forest with her radiant glow as the animals frolicked in the moonlight. Their adventure took them to the depths of the ocean, where they met a family of playful dolphins leaping through the waves. Stella shimmered beneath the surface, casting a soft glow that illuminated the underwater world as the dolphins danced and twirled around her. But the greatest adventure of all awaited them as they soared towards the horizon, where they discovered a family of dreamers gazing up at the stars. Together, they marveled at the beauty of the universe, sharing stories and laughter as they watched shooting stars streak across the sky. As dawn approached and the little star's adventure came to an end, Stella realized that the true magic of her journey was not in the places she visited or the wonders she witnessed, but in the bonds of friendship and love that she shared with her newfound family. With a twinkle in her eye, Stella bid farewell to her new friends and returned to the night sky, her heart filled with gratitude for the magical adventure she had experienced. And though she may have been the smallest star in the sky, Stella knew that her light would forever shine brightly, guiding others on their own adventures through the vast expanse of the universe. Once upon a time, in a cozy cottage, nestled at the edge of a bustling village, there lived a family of curious adventurers named the Brightwells. Their home was filled with laughter and warmth, but the Brightwells were always yearning for new adventures to embark upon together. One sunny afternoon, while rummaging through the attic, young Oliver stumbled upon a dusty old telescope tucked away in a forgotten corner. As he polished the tarnished brass and peered through the lens, he discovered that this was no ordinary telescope. It was a magic telescope that could transport its users to far-off lands with a single gaze. Excitedly, Oliver rushed to show his family the incredible discovery he had made. Together, they gathered around the magic telescope, their eyes wide with wonder as they peered through its lens and beheld the wonders of distant worlds. With a twinkle in his eye, Oliver's father, Mr. Brightwell, suggested they embark on a grand adventure using the magic telescope. And so, the Brightwell family set off on a journey through the stars, their hearts filled with excitement and anticipation. Their first stop was a lush tropical island bathed in golden sunlight, where they danced on sandy beaches and swam in crystal-clear waters alongside playful dolphins. Next, they soared through the clouds to a kingdom in the sky, where they attended magnificent feasts and befriended winged creatures with rainbow-colored feathers. As they journeyed from one enchanting world to the next, the Brightwells encountered challenges and obstacles that tested their courage and ingenuity. They outsmarted mischievous trolls, traversed treacherous mountains, and even braved the depths of a dark and mysterious forest where shadows whispered secrets of ancient magic. But through it all, the Brightwells remained united as a family, their love and support guiding them through even the darkest of times. Together, they discovered the true magic of adventure, not in the exotic lands they visited or the fantastical creatures they encountered, but in the bonds of family that grew stronger with each passing moment. Finally, as the sun began to set on their grand adventure, the Brightwells returned home to their cozy cottage, their hearts full of memories and their minds brimming with tales of their incredible journey. And though the magic telescope remained tucked away in the attic, its power to transport them to distant worlds would forever live on in their imaginations, inspiring them to seek out new adventures together as a family for years to come. In a land where the sky stretched endlessly and clouds drifted like cotton candy, there lived a family of dreamers named the Skywards. Their home was a humble cottage nestled among rolling hills, but their hearts soared with the promise of adventure. One bright morning, as the Skywards gathered in their garden, they spotted a magnificent castle floating amidst the clouds, its towers reaching towards the heavens like fingers brushing the sky. It was the Cloud Castle, a place of wonder and magic whispered about in tales and legends. Filled with excitement and curiosity, the Skywards knew that their next adventure awaited them in the skies above. Led by their fearless parents, Emily and James Skyward, the family set out on a journey to reach the Cloud Castle, their hearts brimming with anticipation. With each step of their journey, they encountered new wonders: fields of rainbow-colored flowers, rivers of sparkling stardust, and forests where the trees whispered secrets of the wind. Along the way, they met fantastical creatures like flying unicorns and shimmering sprites, who guided them on their path with songs of joy and laughter. As they ventured higher and higher into the sky, the air grew thinner and the clouds enveloped them like a soft blanket. But the Skywards pressed on, fueled by their determination and the love that bound them together as a family. Finally, after many days of travel, they reached the base of the Cloud Castle, its shimmering walls reflecting the golden light of the sun. With a leap of faith, they ascended into the sky, climbing higher and higher until they stood before the castle gates. Inside, they discovered a world unlike any they had ever known. Halls adorned with jewels that sparkled like stars, gardens where flowers bloomed in every color of the rainbow, and chambers filled with treasures beyond imagination. But the true magic of the Cloud Castle lay not in its splendor, but in the memories they made together as a family. They danced under the moonlit sky, soared on the backs of friendly dragons, and shared stories around the hearth of their new home in the clouds. As the days passed, the skywards grew to love their newfound home, but they knew that their hearts belonged on the ground below. With heavy hearts, they bid farewell to the cloud castle, their hearts filled with gratitude for the adventures they had shared and the memories they would carry with them always. And though they returned to their humble cottage among the hills, the skywards knew that their journey to the cloud castle would forever be etched in their hearts, a testament to the power of love, courage, and the magic of family. In a lush green forest where sunlight danced through the leaves and the air was filled with the sweet scent of wildflowers, there lived a family of humble woodcutters named the Woodleys. Their cottage nestled snugly amidst the trees, surrounded by the chatter of birds and the rustle of leaves. One day, as the Woodleys ventured deep into the heart of the forest to gather firewood, they stumbled upon a wondrous sight, a clearing filled with animals of all shapes and sizes, gathered together in joyful conversation. To the Woodleys' amazement, the animals could talk. Squirrels chattered about their latest acorn discoveries. Rabbits shared tales of their underground burrows, and even the wise old owl perched high in the trees joined in the lively discussion. Excited by the discovery, the Woodleys approached the animals, their hearts filled with wonder and curiosity. They listened intently as the creatures shared stories of their lives in the forest, their adventures, and their dreams. Among the talking animals was a kind-hearted fox named Finn, who invited the Woodleys to join them on a grand adventure through the forest. Eager for excitement, the Woodleys accepted, and together with their newfound animal friends, they embarked on a journey unlike any other. Through dense thickets and babbling brooks, over rolling hills and winding paths, the Woodleys and the talking animals explored every corner of the forest. They climbed to the highest treetops, swam in crystal-clear ponds, and danced beneath the starry sky. Along the way, they encountered challenges and obstacles, from treacherous ravines to dark caves inhabited by fearsome creatures. But with courage and teamwork, they overcame every trial, their bond as strong as the roots of the ancient trees that surrounded them. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, the Woodleys and the talking animals grew closer, their friendship blossoming like the wildflowers that carpeted the forest floor. They shared laughter and tears, victories and defeats, creating memories that would last a lifetime. But as their adventure drew to a close, the Woodleys knew that they could not stay in the forest forever. With heavy hearts, they bid farewell to their talking animal friends, promising to return someday to visit. As they journeyed back to their cottage, their hearts filled with gratitude for the magical adventure they had shared with the talking animals. And though they returned to their humble life among the trees, the memory of their extraordinary journey would forever remain etched in their hearts, a reminder of the power of friendship, love, and the wonders of the natural world. In a kingdom where towering mountains kissed the sky and emerald forests stretched as far as the eye could see, there lived a family of humble farmers named the Greenshields. They dwelled in a cozy cottage nestled in the heart of the countryside, surrounded by fields of golden wheat and blooming wildflowers. One fateful evening, as the Greenshields gathered around the hearth, a mysterious visitor arrived at their doorstep. It was a dragon, majestic and fearsome, yet with a glimmer of sadness in its fiery eyes. "My name is Draconis," the dragon spoke, its voice rumbling like distant thunder. "I come seeking your help." The Greenshields welcomed the dragon into their home, their hearts filled with curiosity and compassion. As they listened to Draconis' tale, they learned of a great peril that threatened the balance of their kingdom. An ancient artifact known as the dragon's heart had been stolen, casting a shadow of darkness over the land. Driven by a sense of duty and adventure, the Greenshields vowed to aid Draconis in his quest to reclaim the dragon's heart and restore peace to the kingdom. Together, they embarked on a perilous journey across treacherous mountains, dense forests, and murky swamps, facing challenges and trials at every turn. Along the way, they encountered magical creatures and cunning foes, each with their own role to play in the unfolding adventure. They befriended a wise old owl who guided them through the darkest nights, outsmarted a mischievous band of trolls who guarded a hidden passage, and braved the depths of a cavernous labyrinth where the dragon's heart lay hidden. But as they drew closer to their goal, they discovered a startling truth. The dragon's heart was not just a powerful artifact, but a symbol of unity and harmony that bound the kingdom together. Its theft had not only plunged the land into darkness, but threatened to tear apart the bonds of friendship and family that held them all together. With courage and determination, the Greenshields confronted the thief and reclaimed the dragon's heart, unleashing a wave of light and magic that banished the darkness from the kingdom. As the sun rose over the horizon, bathing the land in a warm, golden glow, they stood together as heroes, their hearts filled with pride and joy. And though their adventure had come to an end, the Greenshields knew that the true magic lay not in the artifacts they had recovered or the battles they had won, but in the love and unity of their family. Together, they returned home to their cozy cottage, where they would forever cherish the memories of their journey and the bonds that had been forged along the way. In the vast expanse of the ocean, where the waves danced under the moonlight and the stars whispered secrets to the night, there lay a mysterious realm known as Atlantis. Legend spoke of a magnificent city hidden beneath the depths, a place of wonder and magic lost to time. In a coastal village nestled along the shores, there lived a family of adventurers named the Everharts. They were known far and wide for their daring spirit and insatiable thirst for exploration. Among them was young Amelia Everhart, whose heart longed for adventure beyond the horizon. One fateful evening, as the Everharts gathered around the hearth, a weathered map washed ashore at their feet. It depicted the legendary lost city of Atlantis, its shimmering towers rising from the ocean depths like a beacon of hope. Could it be real? Wondered Amelia's father, his eyes sparkling with curiosity. Amelia's heart raced with excitement. "Let's find out!" she exclaimed, her voice filled with determination. And so, the Everhart family set sail into the unknown, their ship slicing through the waves like a knife through butter. Guided by the stars and the whispers of the sea, they journeyed across vast oceans and treacherous currents, their spirits buoyed by the promise of adventure. As they ventured deeper into the ocean, they encountered breathtaking wonders: schools of colorful fish, shimmering coral reefs, and majestic whales singing songs of ages past. But the true adventure lay ahead, hidden beneath the waves in the lost city of Atlantis. With each passing day, the Everharts grew closer as a family, their bond strengthened by the challenges they faced together. They navigated treacherous storms, outwitted cunning sea creatures, and braved the depths of the ocean floor, all in pursuit of their shared dream. Finally, after many trials and tribulations, they beheld the magnificent sight they had sought for so long: the lost city of Atlantis, its gleaming spires rising from the ocean depths like a mirage. Amidst the ruins of the ancient city, the Everharts discovered secrets long forgotten by time. They marveled at towering statues of gods and goddesses, walked through halls adorned with sparkling jewels, and listened to the whispers of the ocean breeze as it danced through the crumbling streets. But as they explored the city's depths, they uncovered a greater treasure than they could have ever imagined: the bond of family, forged through love, courage, and shared adventure. Together, they laughed, they cried, and they made memories that would last a lifetime. And though their time in Atlantis was fleeting, the Everharts returned home with hearts full of wonder and spirits ablaze with the magic of the sea. For they knew that the greatest adventure of all was the journey they had shared as a family, and the memories they would carry with them forevermore. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and whispering forests, there lived a family of brave adventurers named the Evergreens. Their home was filled with tales of daring escapades and thrilling expeditions, passed down from generation to generation. One crisp autumn day, young Emily Evergreen stumbled upon an ancient map hidden in the attic of their cozy cottage. The map depicted a winding path leading to a mysterious castle nestled deep within the enchanted woods. Excited by the discovery, Emily rushed to show her family. "Look what I found," she exclaimed, unfurling the weathered parchment before them. Her parents, William and Clara Evergreen, exchanged a knowing smile. "It seems we have a new adventure ahead of us," William declared, his eyes twinkling with anticipation. And so, the Evergreen family set out on their grand expedition, following the winding path through the whispering woods. Along the way, they encountered magical creatures and enchanted forests, each more wondrous than the last. They shared laughter and songs, weaving tales of courage and camaraderie as they journeyed ever closer to their destination. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow upon the land, they arrived at the foot of the mysterious castle. Its towering spires reached towards the sky, shrouded in an aura of ancient magic and mystery. With hearts pounding with excitement, the Evergreens crossed the threshold of the castle, venturing into its shadowy depths. They explored winding corridors and secret chambers, uncovering hidden treasures and long-forgotten secrets along the way. But as they delved deeper into the castle's mysteries, they stumbled upon a sinister plot brewing within its walls. A wicked sorcerer, jealous of the Evergreens' bravery and unity, sought to ensnare them in his dark magic and claim the castle as his own. Undeterred by the danger that lay ahead, the evergreens stood together, their bond stronger than ever before. With quick thinking and clever strategy, they outwitted the sorcerer and broke free from his sinister spell, restoring peace to the castle once more. As dawn broke over the horizon, bathing the land in a warm, golden light, the evergreens emerged from the castle triumphant. Though their adventure had come to an end, the memories they had made and the bonds they had forged would last a lifetime. With hearts full of joy and spirits ablaze with newfound courage, the evergreens returned home, ready to embark on their next great adventure together. And as they gathered around the hearth of their cozy cottage, they knew that no matter where their travels may take them, they would always be united as a family, bound by love, laughter, and the spirit of adventure. In a picturesque village nestled between emerald forests and bubbling brooks, there lived a family known as the Whitakers. Their home was a cozy cottage with a sprawling garden, but the true treasure lay hidden within the branches of an old oak tree that stood tall at the edge of their property. One sunny morning, as the Whitaker children, Lily and Ben, played in the garden, they noticed something peculiar. A ladder made of twisted vines had appeared, leading up into the branches of the ancient oak tree. "Look, Ben, a ladder to the sky," exclaimed Lily, her eyes wide with wonder. Curious and adventurous by nature, the siblings wasted no time in climbing the ladder, eager to uncover the mystery that awaited them above. As they ascended higher and higher, the world below shrank away until they found themselves perched among the leafy boughs of the oak tree. To their amazement, they discovered a magnificent treehouse nestled within the branches, its walls woven from vines and its roof adorned with colorful flowers. It was a magical sight to behold, and Lily and Ben knew that their family's next adventure had just begun. Excitedly, they raced back to their cottage to share their discovery with their parents, Mr. and Mrs. Whitaker. With smiles of astonishment, the family set out to explore their newfound treehouse, eager to make it their own. Together, they furnished the treehouse with cozy rugs, plump cushions, and shelves filled with books and games. They spent sunny afternoons picnicking in the treetops and starlit nights stargazing from their leafy perch. But the most incredible adventures awaited them when they discovered that the treehouse was not just a magical hideaway, but a portal to other worlds. With each passing day, they embarked on fantastical journeys to distant lands, where they danced with fairies in enchanted forests, soared with dragons across starlit skies, and sailed with mermaids through shimmering seas. Through every adventure, the Whitaker family grew closer, their bond strengthened by the laughter and wonder they shared. Together, they discovered the true magic of family, the joy of exploration, the warmth of togetherness, and the endless possibilities that awaited them when they faced the world as one. And so, the amazing treehouse adventure became a cherished memory in the hearts of the Whitaker family, a testament to the power of love, imagination, and the unbreakable bond of family. And though their adventures may have ended, the magic of the treehouse would forever live on in their hearts, a reminder of the incredible journeys they had shared and the many more that awaited them in the world beyond. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering woods, there stood a grand mansion shrouded in mystery. Its towering spires pierced the sky, and its ivy-covered walls whispered secrets of times long past. Locals whispered tales of ghostly apparitions and eerie whispers that echoed through its halls, dubbing it the Haunted Mansion. One bright summer's day, the Harrison family, comprised of adventurous siblings, Lucy, Ben, and their brave dog, Max, decided to unravel the mystery that cloaked the old mansion. With hearts full of courage and minds brimming with curiosity, they set off on their family adventure. As they approached the mansion's imposing gates, the Harrison children felt a shiver of excitement run down their spines. With a determined gleam in their eyes, they pushed open the creaking gates and stepped into the overgrown garden beyond. Tall grass whispered secrets as the family made their way to the mansion's entrance, where the heavy wooden door stood slightly ajar, inviting them inside. With a deep breath, Lucy led the way, followed closely by Ben and Max, their faithful companion. Inside, the mansion's corridors stretched endlessly before them, illuminated only by slivers of sunlight that filtered through dusty windows. Cobwebs hung like curtains, and shadows danced in the corners, but the Harrisons pressed on, undeterred by the eerie atmosphere. Room by room, they searched for clues, their footsteps echoing through the empty halls. They discovered forgotten treasures hidden beneath layers of dust, old paintings, dusty books, and tarnished silverware, each whispering tales of the mansion's storied past. As the sun dipped below the horizon and darkness descended upon the mansion, the Harrisons stumbled upon a hidden staircase leading to the attic. With hearts pounding, they ascended, their anticipation growing with each step. In the attic, they found a chest nestled amidst forgotten relics, its lid covered in strange symbols. With trembling hands, Ben opened the chest to reveal its contents. A dusty journal filled with cryptic writings and faded ink. As Lucy flipped through the pages, a realization dawned upon her. The mansion wasn't haunted by ghosts, but by the memories of its former inhabitants, longing to be remembered once more. With newfound understanding, the Harrison family returned home, leaving the mansion and its secrets behind. But the memory of their adventure lingered in their hearts, a testament to the power of family and the magic of discovery. And so, amidst the whispers of the past and the echoes of their own laughter, the Harrison family cherished the memories of their journey into the mystery of the haunted mansion, knowing that the greatest adventures are those shared with the ones we love. In the heart of a lush green forest, there lived a brave little turtle named Timothy. Despite his small size, Timothy had big dreams of exploring the world beyond his familiar pond. Every day, he would gaze out at the vast horizon, imagining the adventures that awaited him. One sunny morning, as Timothy was basking in the warmth of the sun, he overheard his parents talking excitedly about a journey they were planning. They spoke of distant lands, sparkling seas, and mysterious islands. Timothy's heart swelled with excitement, and he knew he wanted to join them on their grand adventure. "Can I come too?" Timothy asked, his voice filled with hope. His parents exchanged a glance, then smiled warmly at him. "Of course, dear Timothy," his mother replied. "You are brave and strong, just like us. Together, who will embark on a journey unlike any other. And so, the brave little turtle packed his small shell with essentials and bid farewell to his cozy pond. With his family by his side, Timothy ventured into the unknown, ready to discover the wonders of the world. Their journey was filled with challenges and obstacles, from treacherous rivers to towering mountains. But Timothy faced each trial with courage and determination, inspired by the love and support of his family. Together, they traversed dense forests, crossed vast deserts, and sailed across stormy seas. Along the way, they encountered many creatures, each with their own stories and wisdom to share. They made friends with playful dolphins, danced with colorful butterflies, and even helped a lost bird find its way home. Through it all, Timothy learned valuable lessons about friendship, perseverance, and the true meaning of family. Finally, after many days of travel, they reached their destination, a breathtaking island paradise with crystal clear waters and golden sandy beaches. As Timothy looked out at the shimmering sea, he felt a sense of pride and accomplishment wash over him. He had journeyed far from home, faced his fears, and discovered the boundless beauty of the world. But as much as Timothy enjoyed their adventure, he knew that the greatest treasure of all was the love and companionship of his family. With grateful hearts and memories to last a lifetime, they set sail for home, ready to share their tales of bravery and discovery with their friends in the pond. And so, the brave little turtle's journey came to an end. But his spirit of adventure lived on forever in the hearts of those who knew him. And whenever Timothy looked up at the endless sky or gazed out at the vast horizon, he would smile, knowing that the greatest adventures were yet to come. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a curious little boy named Oliver. With eyes full of wonder and a heart brimming with curiosity, Oliver dreamed of exploring the world beyond his village. Every evening, Oliver would sit by the fireplace, listening intently to his grandfather's tales of distant lands and daring adventures. His grandfather, a seasoned explorer, regaled him with stories of towering mountains, roaring rivers, and mysterious caves. These tales ignited a fire within Oliver's soul, filling him with an insatiable desire to embark on his own grand adventure. One sunny morning, as golden rays of sunlight danced through the leaves, Oliver packed his knapsack with a hearty lunch, a trusty map, and his favorite compass. With a determined gleam in his eye, he kissed his parents goodbye and set off into the unknown. Through dense forests and across babbling brooks, Oliver journeyed deeper into the wilderness. Along the way, he encountered all sorts of creatures, from chirping birds to playful squirrels, each adding a touch of magic to his expedition. As the sun began to set, casting hues of pink and orange across the sky, Oliver stumbled upon a hidden cave tucked beneath a towering cliff. With cautious steps, he ventured inside, his heart pounding with excitement. Deep within the cavern, Oliver discovered a wondrous sight. Sparkling crystals adorned the walls, casting a mesmerizing glow. But it was not the crystals that caught his eye. Nestled among the rocks lay an ancient treasure chest, covered in moss and mystery. With trembling hands, Oliver opened the chest to reveal its contents, a map unlike any he had ever seen before. depicted lands untouched by man, filled with untold wonders waiting to be discovered. Overwhelmed with joy, Oliver knew that he had stumbled upon something truly extraordinary. With the map clutched tightly in his hands, he made his way back home, eager to share his incredible discovery with his family. Upon his return, Oliver's parents and grandfather gathered around him, hanging on his every word as he recounted his adventure. Together, they pored over the map, tracing the paths of rivers and the outlines of mountains, imagining the adventures that lay ahead. And so, fueled by their boundless curiosity and unwavering bond, Oliver and his family set off on a series of grand adventures, exploring the far reaches of the world and discovering the true magic of togetherness along the way. For in the heart of every explorer lies not just the desire for adventure, but the love and support of those who stand by their side, ready to embark on the greatest journey of all, the journey of family. Once upon a time, in a cozy forest nestled between towering trees and babbling brooks, there lived a curious squirrel named Nutmeg. With a bushy tail and bright, beady eyes, Nutmeg was always eager to explore the world beyond his treetop home. One crisp autumn morning, Nutmeg peered out from his nest and saw something shimmering in the distance. Intrigued, he scampered down the tree trunk and set off on an adventure, his tiny paws carrying him swiftly through the rustling leaves. As Nutmeg ventured deeper into the forest, he stumbled upon a clearing bathed in golden sunlight. There, he found a family of rabbits frolicking amidst the fallen leaves, their laughter echoing through the trees. "Hello there," Nutmeg chirped, his curiosity piqued. "What brings you all to this enchanting place?" The rabbits, delighted by Nutmeg's friendly greeting, welcomed him with open arms. They explained that they were on a family adventure, exploring the wonders of the forest together. Inspired by their tales of adventure, Nutmeg decided to join them on their journey. Together, they hopped through meadows and skipped across streams, their laughter blending with the chorus of nature. As the day wore on, the sun began to sink beneath the horizon, casting a warm, orange glow over the forest. The rabbits and Nutmeg gathered around a crackling campfire, roasting marshmallows and sharing stories late into the night. As the stars twinkled overhead and the moon cast its gentle light upon them, Nutmeg realized something magical. Family adventures weren't just about exploring the world. They were about the joy of sharing special moments with loved ones. With a grateful heart and a newfound sense of belonging, Nutmeg bid farewell to his new friends and scampered back to his treetop home. As he nestled into his cozy nest, surrounded by the comforting embrace of family, he knew that the greatest adventure of all was the journey of togetherness. And so, nestled amidst the whispering leaves and the gentle rustle of the forest, Nutmeg drifted off to sleep, his dreams filled with visions of endless adventures yet to come. For in the heart of every curious squirrel lies the magic of family, guiding them on wondrous journeys through the enchanting world around them. Once upon a time, in a quaint village, nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering forests, there lived a humble family of artists, the Smiths. Among them was young Lily, a spirited girl with a passion passion for painting that burned as brightly as the sun. One day, while exploring the attic of their cozy cottage, Lily stumbled upon a dusty old paintbrush tucked away in a forgotten corner. Intrigued by its shimmering bristles and golden handle, she eagerly picked it up and waved it through the air. To her amazement, the paintbrush began to glow with a soft, magical light, and with a wave of her hand, Lily found herself transported to a wondrous world of color and imagination. With her family in tow, Lily embarked on a magical adventure through enchanted forests and sparkling meadows, where every stroke of her paintbrush brought the world around them to life in vibrant hues. Together, they painted fields of blooming flowers that swayed in the breeze and towering mountains that reached for the sky. They splashed color onto the wings of butterflies, turning them into shimmering works of art that danced through the air. But their adventure took a daring turn when they stumbled upon a dark and foreboding castle nestled at the edge of the forest. Determined to uncover its secrets, Lily bravely waved her paintbrush, casting a brilliant light that banished the shadows and revealed the castle's true beauty. Inside, they discovered a lonely princess trapped by an evil spell, her kingdom frozen in eternal winter. With a flick of her wrist, Lily painted scenes of warmth and laughter, melting the ice and bringing joy back to the land. As thanks for their bravery and kindness, the princess gifted Lily with a small vial of magical paint, imbued with the power to bring dreams to life. With their hearts full of wonder and their spirits soaring, Lily and her family returned home, their minds buzzing with tales of their magical journey. And though they may have left the enchanted world behind, they carried with them the magic of the paintbrush, a reminder that with love and imagination, anything is possible. Once upon a time, in a bustling city filled with bustling streets and bustling markets, there lived a family of dreamers, the Chandras. Among them was young Raj, a boy with a heart as big as the sky and an imagination that soared even higher. One day, while exploring the attic of their cozy apartment, Raj stumbled upon a dusty old carpet tucked away in a forgotten corner. Intrigued by its colorful patterns and shimmering threads, he eagerly unfurled it and laid it out on the floor. To his amazement, the carpet began to tremble and shake, and with a whoosh of air, it lifted off the ground, carrying Raj and his family on a magical adventure through the clouds. Together, they soared over mountains and valleys, their laughter echoing in the wind as they marveled at the beauty of the world below. They danced with eagles and raced with the wind, their hearts filled with joy and wonder. But their adventure took a daring turn when they stumbled upon a kingdom in turmoil, its people living in fear of a wicked sorcerer who had cast a dark shadow over the land. Determined to help, Raj and his family flew to the sorcerer's castle, their hearts pounding with courage and determination. With quick thinking and clever tricks, they outsmarted the sorcerer and broke his spell, bringing peace and happiness back to the kingdom. As thanks for their bravery, the grateful king gifted Raj and his family with a small vial of magical potion, imbued with the power to grant their deepest wishes. With their hearts full of joy and their spirits soaring, Raj and his family returned home, their minds buzzing with tales of their magical journey. And though they may have left the kingdom behind, they carried with them the magic of the flying carpet. a reminder that with love and courage, anything is possible. And so, nestled beneath the starry sky, Raj and his family dreamed of their next adventure, knowing that no matter where life may take them, they would always be bound together by the magic of family and the power of imagination. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and whispering woods, there lived a family of adventurous rabbits. Among them was young Benjamin, who possessed a heart full of curiosity and a thirst for exploration. One crisp autumn morning, as golden leaves danced in the breeze, Benjamin's grandmother called him to her side. She told him of a legendary golden key hidden deep within the enchanted forest, said to unlock the greatest treasure of all, the power of love and unity. Excited by the prospect of such a grand adventure, Benjamin gathered his family, his parents, siblings, and even his mischievous cousin, Lily. Together, they set off into the heart of the forest, their spirits alight with anticipation. Their journey was filled with challenges and wonders. They crossed bubbling brooks on swaying bridges, climbed towering trees to glimpse the secrets of the forest canopy, and danced with fireflies under the shimmering moonlight. But as they ventured deeper into the woods, they encountered obstacles that tested their courage and unity. They faced dark caverns guarded by fearsome creatures and tangled thickets that seemed to ensnare them in endless loops. Yet, with each trial they faced, Benjamin and his family stood together, their bond growing stronger with each step of their journey. They laughed in the face of danger, sang songs to lift their spirits, and held each other close in times of doubt. Finally, after days of travel, they reached the heart of the forest, where a majestic tree stood bathed in golden light. At its base lay a small, ornate chest, its lock glinting in the sunlight. With trembling paws, Benjamin turned the golden key in the lock, and with a soft click, the chest sprang open, revealing not gold or jewels, but a simple mirror reflecting the faces of his beloved family. In that moment, Benjamin understood the true meaning of the quest. The golden key was not a physical treasure, but a symbol of their love and unity, the greatest treasure of all. As they returned home, their hearts full and their spirits light, Benjamin and his family knew that their adventure had brought them closer together than ever before. And though they may have not found gold or riches, they had discovered something far more precious: the power of family and the magic of togetherness. And so, nestled beneath the starry sky, Benjamin and his family shared tales of their adventures, knowing that no matter where life may take them, they would always be bound together by love and unity. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled amidst rolling hills and meandering rivers, there lived a family unlike any other. The Smiths were not just an ordinary family. They were keepers of a magical secret, a time-traveling grandfather clock passed down through generations. One warm summer's eve, as the stars twinkled overhead and fireflies danced in the air, young Emily Smith stumbled upon the dusty old clock hidden away in the attic. Intrigued by its mysterious aura, she eagerly beckoned her family to join her. With a gentle push, the clock's hands began to spin, and with a magical chime, the Smiths found themselves whisked away on an extraordinary adventure through time. Their journey first took them to a medieval kingdom, where they witnessed brave knights jousting in grand tournaments and fair maidens dancing at lavish banquets. They marveled at towering castles and whispered secrets with wise old wizards. Next, they found themselves in the heart of a bustling Victorian city, where steam-powered carriages rattled down cobblestone streets and gaslit lanterns cast eerie shadows. They wandered through bustling markets and listened to the melodious tunes of street performers. Their journey through time carried them to the roaring 20s, where they danced the Charleston in glittering ballrooms and sipped frothy root beer at soda fountains. They rubbed shoulders with flappers and dapper gentlemen, their laughter mingling with the jazz music that filled the air. As they traveled through the ages, the Smiths encountered countless adventures and made memories that would last a lifetime. They braved storms at sea with fearless pirates, soared through the skies with intrepid aviators, and even journeyed to the moon with brave astronauts. But through it all, one thing remained constant: their love for each other and the bond that held them together as a family. As their journey through time drew to a close, the Smiths found themselves back in their cozy attic, the grandfather clock ticking softly in the corner. Though their adventure had come to an end, the memories they had made would live on forever in their hearts. And as they gathered around the clock, their faces aglow with joy and wonder, they knew that no matter where their travels may take them, they would always be bound together by the magic of family and the timeless bonds of love. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled at the edge of a dense forest, there lived a family of adventurers. The youngest member, a girl named Emily, was as curious as a cat and always eager to explore the wonders of the world around her. Her brother, Henry, was a brave young lad with a heart full of courage and a mind filled with curiosity. And their parents, Amelia and Thomas, were seasoned explorers, their hearts brimming with tales of daring escapades and hidden treasures. One crisp morning, as sunlight filtered through the trees and birds sang sweet melodies in the air, Emily discovered a set of mysterious footprints leading into the heart of the forest. Intrigued by the sight, she called out to her family, excitement bubbling within her as she followed the trail deeper into the woods. With each step, the footprints grew larger and more pronounced, as if left by a creature of great size and strength. Henry's eyes sparkled with excitement, his mind racing with thoughts of the adventures that lay ahead. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they encountered signs of a great struggle. A broken branch here, a torn piece of fabric there. But still, the footprints continued on, leading them further into the unknown. With hearts pounding with anticipation, Emily, Henry, Amelia, and Thomas followed the trail until they reached a clearing bathed in sunlight. And there, lying amidst a bed of moss and ferns, they discovered the source of the mysterious footprints: a wounded dragon, its scales shimmering in shades of emerald and gold. With gentle hands and soothing words, they tended to the dragon's wounds, their hearts filled with compassion for the magnificent creature before them. And as the dragon's eyes fluttered open and it gazed at them with gratitude, Emily felt a sense of wonder wash over her, a feeling that she was part of something truly magical. As the dragon lifted itself onto its feet it let out a mighty roar that echoed through the forest, filling the air with a sense of awe and wonder. And with a flick of its tail, it disappeared into the trees, leaving behind only the memory of its presence and the knowledge that they had helped a creature in need. As they made their way back home, the sun sinking below the horizon and the stars beginning to twinkle in the sky, Emily, Henry, Amelia, and Thomas knew that they would never forget the day they followed the mysterious footprints into the heart of the forest. For in that moment, they had discovered the true meaning of family, the power of love, compassion, and the magic of adventure that bound them together forevermore. Once upon a time, in the icy lands of the South Pole, there lived a courageous little penguin named Pip. Pip was the smallest penguin in his family, but he had the biggest heart and the boldest dreams. He lived with his loving family in a cozy nest made of snow and ice. One chilly morning, Pip woke up with a sparkle in his eyes. "I want to explore beyond the icy cliffs and discover new lands," he announced to his family. His parents exchanged worried glances. "But Pip, the world beyond the cliffs is vast and dangerous," his mother cautioned. "I know, Mama, but I want to be brave like the great explorers of our stories," Pip insisted. After much discussion, Pip's family agreed to let him go on a short adventure, but only if he promised to stay safe and return home before sunset. With his heart pounding with excitement, Pip waddled away from his nest and set off towards the towering cliffs. The icy wind howled around him, but he pressed on, fueled by his determination. As Pip reached the edge of the cliffs, he took a deep breath and peered over the edge. Below him stretched a vast expanse of shimmering ice and snow, with mountains rising in the distance. It was a sight that filled him with both awe and trepidation. Gathering his courage, Pip slid down the slippery slopes and began his journey across the frozen landscape. Along the way, he encountered many challenges, from treacherous crevices to fierce snowstorms. But each time, he pushed forward, his spirit unbroken. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, Pip realized that he had ventured farther than he ever imagined. But instead of feeling afraid, he felt a sense of accomplishment swell within him. Just as he was about to turn back, Pip spotted something glimmering in the distance. Curious, he hurried towards it and discovered a hidden cave nestled among the icy cliffs. Inside, he found a family of lost seals huddling together for warmth. With kindness and courage, Pip helped the seals find their way back to their home. And as they bid him farewell, they thanked him for his bravery and kindness. Filled with joy, Pip raced back towards his own home, his heart brimming with stories of his grand adventure. When he finally arrived, his family enveloped him in warm hugs, relieved to see him safe and sound. From that day on, Pip became known as the courageous little penguin who dared to explore the unknown and help those in need. And though he may have been small in size, his bravery and compassion made him a true hero in the eyes of all who knew him. And so, nestled beneath the starry sky, Pip and his family shared tales of their adventures, knowing that no matter where life may take them, they would always be bound together by love and courage. In the heart of a sprawling forest, where ancient trees stood tall and streams murmured sweet melodies, there lived a family of bears. The youngest member, a cub named Benny, was known throughout the forest for his boundless curiosity and adventurous spirit. His parents, Mama Bear and Papa Bear, watched over him with love and pride, teaching him the ways of the forest and guiding him on his journey of discovery. One sunny morning, as golden sunlight filtered through the canopy above, Benny ventured out into the forest to explore. With each step, he felt the earth beneath his paws and the breeze against his fur, his heart brimming with excitement for the adventures that awaited him. As he wandered deeper into the forest, Benny stumbled upon a rushing river, its waters sparkling like diamonds in the sunlight. Intrigued by the sight, he stepped closer to the water's edge, his eyes wide with wonder. But as Benny approached, he heard a cry for help, a faint voice carried on the breeze. Following the sound, he discovered a family of rabbits trapped on a small island in the middle of the river, the rushing waters too strong for them to swim to safety. With courage in his heart, Benny knew he had to help. Braving the swirling currents, he waded into the river and paddled towards the island, his determination unwavering despite the danger. As he reached the island, Benny urged the rabbits to climb onto his back, their tiny paws gripping his fur as he swam back to shore. With each stroke, he felt the weight of their gratitude and the warmth of their smiles, his heart swelling with pride at having helped those in need. When they reached the safety of the riverbank, the rabbits hopped off Benny's back and thanked him with words of gratitude and joy. With smiles on their faces, they bid him farewell and returned to their burrow, their hearts filled with gratitude for the brave little bear cub who had come to their rescue. As Benny watched them disappear into the forest, he felt a sense of contentment wash over him. For in that moment, he knew that true bravery wasn't about facing danger for oneself, but about helping others in need, no matter how big or small. With a skip in his step, Benny returned home to Mama Bear and Papa Bear, his heart full of the day's adventures and the knowledge that he had made a difference in the lives of others. And as the sun set over the forest, casting a warm glow upon the trees, Benny snuggled close to his family, knowing that he was loved and cherished. A brave little bear cub with a heart as big. In the enchanted realm of fairy tale forest, where sunlight danced through the leaves and flowers, sang sweet melodies, there lived a family of fairies. The youngest member, a fairy named Rosie, fluttered about with wings as delicate as gossamer and a heart as pure as morning dew. Her parents, Queen Lily and King Thistle, ruled over the forest with grace and kindness, their love for each other and their children guiding them through each day. One bright morning, as dewdrops glistened on the petals of the flowers and birdsong filled the air, Rosie awoke with excitement bubbling in her heart. Today was a special day. It was the day she would accompany her family on their daily adventures through the forest. As Rosie joined her parents and siblings, Princess Violet and Prince Orion, they set off on their journey, their laughter mingling with the rustle of leaves and the gentle hum of the forest. They danced through meadows ablaze with wildflowers, soared through the treetops on beams of sunlight, and played hide and seek with mischievous woodland creatures. But amidst the joy and wonder of their adventures, Rosie couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. She longed for a sense of purpose, a way to truly make a difference in the world around her. As they reached the heart of the forest, Rosie's keen eyes spotted a family of animals huddled together in a clearing, their fur matted and their eyes filled with fear. Without hesitation, she flew to their side, her heart filled with compassion and determination to help. With gentle words and a touch of fairy magic, Rosie soothed the animals' fears, comforting them with warmth and love. She tended to their wounds with healing herbs from the forest, and with each gentle touch, she felt a sense of fulfillment wash over her. As the animals' grateful eyes met hers, Rosie knew that she had found her purpose, to spread kindness and compassion wherever she went, to help those in need, and to make the world a better place for all who called it home. As the day drew to a close and the sun dipped below the horizon, Rosie returned home to her family, her heart aglow with the knowledge that she had made a difference in the lives of others. And as they gathered together beneath the twinkling stars, Rosie knew that their adventures would continue, filled with love, laughter, and the magic of family that bound them together forevermore. In a quaint village nestled beside a winding river, there lived a family whose bond was as strong as the currents that flowed through the water. The youngest member, a girl named Maya, was filled with boundless curiosity and a heart full of kindness. Her brother, Liam, was adventurous and brave, always eager to explore the world around them. And their parents, Anna and Thomas, were wise and loving, guiding their children with gentle hands and open hearts. One sunny day, as Maya and Liam played by the riverbank, they stumbled upon a curious sight. A bridge made entirely of vines and flowers, its arches stretching gracefully across the water. Intrigued by the bridge's beauty, they ventured across, their laughter echoing through the air like the song of birds. As they reached the other side, they discovered a magical world beyond. A lush forest alive with the chatter of animals and the whisper of the wind through the trees. Excited by their discovery, Maya and Liam called out to their parents, who joined them on the other side of the bridge. Together, they explored the enchanted forest, marveling at its wonders and forging friendships with the creatures who called it home. They danced with fairies in the moonlit glades, shared stories with wise old owls perched in ancient trees, and chased after playful foxes as they darted through the underbrush. But as the sun began to set and shadows lengthened across the forest floor, Maya and Liam realized they were far from home. Panic threatened to overtake them, but Anna and Thomas reassured them with words of comfort and love. With determination in their hearts, they set out to find their way back across the friendship bridge, their family bound together by love and the promise of adventure. And as they crossed back over the bridge, they knew that their bond as a family was stronger than any obstacle they might face. As they made their way back home, the stars twinkling overhead like guiding lights, Maya, Liam, Anna, and Thomas knew that their journey had brought them closer together. For in the heart of the enchanted forest, amidst the wonders of nature and the magic of friendship, they had discovered the true meaning of family, the strength to overcome any challenge, and the love that would carry them through every adventure yet to come. In a quaint village nestled at the foot of a majestic mountain range, there lived a family of explorers. The youngest member, Lily, was a curious girl with a heart full of wonder and imagination. Her brother, Jack, was a daring young lad with a thirst for adventure, always eager to uncover secrets hidden in the world around them. And their parents, Sophia and Benjamin, were seasoned adventurers who had traversed deserts, climbed mountains, and sailed across oceans in search of hidden treasures. One sunny morning, as the golden light of dawn kissed the treetops and birds sang joyfully in the air, Lily stumbled upon an old map hidden away in the attic of their cozy cottage. With a gasp of excitement, she called her family to join her, her eyes shining with anticipation as she unfolded the weathered parchment. Together, they studied the map, tracing its faded lines and deciphering its cryptic clues. It spoke of a hidden valley nestled deep within the mountains, a place rumored to hold treasures beyond imagination. With hearts brimming with excitement, Lily, Jack, Sophia, and Benjamin set off on their quest, their spirits soaring as high as the mountain peaks. Their journey was long and arduous, filled with winding paths, steep cliffs, and treacherous obstacles. But with each step, their bond as a family grew stronger, their determination unwavering in the face of adversity. As they ventured deeper into the mountains, they encountered wonders beyond their wildest dreams. A shimmering waterfall cascading down rocky cliffs, a meadow ablaze with the colors of 1,000 wildflowers, and a hidden cave filled with glittering crystals that sparkled like stars in the darkness. But their greatest challenge lay ahead, a towering mountain peak shrouded in mist and mystery, its summit hidden from view. With courage in their hearts and hope in their souls, Lily, Jack, Sophia, and Benjamin began the treacherous ascent, each step bringing them closer to the secrets that awaited them. At last, they reached the summit, where a breathtaking sight awaited them. A hidden valley bathed in the soft glow of the setting sun, its verdant meadows and sparkling streams stretching out before them like a patchwork quilt. And there, nestled amongst the wildflowers and whispering pines, they discovered the greatest treasure of all, the love and laughter they shared as a family, the memories they had made on their journey, and the knowledge that no matter where life may lead them, they would always have each other. As they made their way back home, their hearts full of joy and wonder, Lily, Jack, Sophia, and Benjamin knew that their adventure had only just begun. In a quaint village, tucked away amidst rolling hills and meandering streams, there lived a family who shared a deep love for adventure and exploration. The youngest member, Emily, was a spirited girl with an insatiable curiosity and a heart as wild as the flowers that bloomed in the meadows. Her brother, Jacob, was a brave young lad with eyes that sparkled with wonder at the mysteries of the world. And their parents, Sarah and David, were kind and adventurous souls, guiding their children with love and wisdom as they embarked on countless adventures together. One crisp morning, as dewdrops glistened upon the petals of the flowers and birdsong filled the air, Emily discovered a hidden key tucked away in the corner of the attic. With a gleam in her eye, she showed it to her family, excitement bubbling within her she imagined the secrets it might unlock. Together, they set off to explore the sprawling garden that lay behind their cottage, the key clutched tightly in Emily's hand. As they ventured deeper into the garden, they marveled at the riot of colors that surrounded them, the vibrant hues of the flowers, the lush greenery of the trees, and the delicate fluttering of butterfly wings. But amidst the beauty of the garden, they stumbled upon a hidden gate obscured by tangled vines and overgrown foliage. With a determined gleam in her eye, Emily inserted the key into the lock, her heart pounding with anticipation as she turned it with a click. As the gate swung open, they stepped into a world of magic and wonder, a secret garden unlike any they had ever seen. Sunlight filtered through the leaves in dappled patterns, casting a warm glow upon the winding pathways and moss-covered statues that dotted the landscape. With laughter and excitement, they explored every corner of the garden, discovering hidden nooks and crannies filled with enchanting surprises. They danced with the butterflies, sang with the birds, and chased after playful rabbits that darted amongst the flowers. But as the sun began to set and shadows lengthened across the garden, they realized they had lost their way amidst the maze of pathways and shrubbery. Panic threatened to overtake them, but Emily's voice rang out clear and strong, guiding them back to safety with her unwavering courage and determination. With a sense of accomplishment and adventure in their hearts, they emerged from the garden just as the first stars began to twinkle in the night sky. As they made their way back to their cottage, hand in hand, they knew that their secret garden adventure would be a memory they would treasure forever, a testament to the magic of family and the wonders that await those who dare to explore. In a quaint seaside village where the salty breeze danced through the streets and seagulls soared high above, there lived a family of adventurers. The youngest member, Lucy, had a heart as vast as the ocean itself, her eyes shimmering with the wonder of the world beneath the waves. Her brother, Oliver, was a brave young lad with a thirst for exploration, his laughter echoing across the sandy shores. And their parents, Captain Thomas and First Mate Amelia, were seasoned sailors who had spent their lives charting the seas and discovering hidden treasures. One bright morning, as the sun painted the sky in shades of pink and gold, Lucy discovered an ancient map tucked away in the attic of their seaside cottage. With a sense of excitement bubbling within her, she showed it to her family, her eyes alight with curiosity as she traced the faded lines and markings. Together, they gathered their diving gear and set sail on their greatest adventure yet, the Great Underwater Expedition. Guided by the map, they journeyed across vast oceans and treacherous currents, their ship slicing through the waves like a knife through butter. As they reached the coordinates marked on the map, they donned their diving suits and plunged into the crystal-clear waters below. The ocean welcomed them with open arms, its depths teeming with life and mystery. Their first stop was a coral reef teeming with vibrant fish and swaying sea plants. Lucy and Oliver marveled at the kaleidoscope of colors, their eyes wide with wonder as they danced amongst the coral and played with the curious creatures that called the reef home. But their adventure had only just begun. Guided by the map's clues, they delved deeper into the ocean, encountering wonders beyond their wildest dreams. They swam through underwater caves adorned with shimmering crystals, dodged playful dolphins as they frolicked in the waves, and discovered hidden shipwrecks filled with treasures of ages past. But amidst the beauty and wonder of the ocean, they encountered danger as well, a fierce storm that threatened to engulf them in its fury. With courage and determination, Lucy and Oliver led their family to safety, their bond as strong as the currents that swept through the sea. As they emerged from the ocean, their hearts filled with memories of their incredible journey, Lucy, Oliver, Captain Thomas, and First Mate Amelia knew that they had discovered something far greater than any treasure, the magic of family and the wonders that awaited those who dared to explore. And as they sailed back to their seaside village, the sun setting on the horizon, they knew that their great underwater expedition would be a tale they would treasure for generations to come. In a bustling village nestled between emerald hills and babbling brooks, there lived a family of adventurers. The youngest, a spirited child named Milo, dreamed of exploring distant lands and uncovering hidden treasures. His parents, Amelia and William, were seasoned explorers themselves, regaling Milo with tales of their daring escapades across the 7 seas. One sunny morning, as golden light danced upon the cobblestone streets, Milo announced his latest adventure, a quest to discover the fabled crystal caverns, rumored to lie deep within the heart of the enchanted forest. With hearts full of excitement, Milo and his family set off on their journey, their laughter mingling with the songs of birds in the treetops. They trekked through tangled thickets and crossed rushing rivers, following Milo's lead as he bravely forged ahead. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew thick with magic, and the trees whispered secrets of ancient wonders yet to be discovered. Suddenly, Milo spotted a glimmering light amidst the dense foliage, a sign that they were nearing their destination. With hearts pounding with anticipation, they pushed through the final thicket and emerged into a vast cavern bathed in the soft glow of 1,000 crystals. Stalactites hung from the ceiling like glittering chandeliers, while stalagmites rose from the cavern floor like pillars of purest ice. But their awe was short-lived, for nestled amidst the crystals lay a hidden danger, a treacherous chasm, its depths shrouded in darkness. Without hesitation, Milo stepped forward, his courage shining like a beacon in the gloom. With a leap of faith, Milo crossed the chasm, his family following close behind. As they reached the far side, they were greeted by a sight more magnificent than they could have ever imagined, a cavern filled with treasure beyond compare. But amidst the glittering jewels and precious metals, Milo found something even more valuable, a sense of pride and accomplishment, knowing that he had led his family to victory through bravery and determination. And as they made their way back home, their pockets filled with treasure and their hearts filled with joy, Milo knew that he was not just a brave little explorer. He was a hero, destined for countless adventures yet to come. Once upon a time, in a cozy cottage nestled at the edge of a sprawling forest, there lived a family filled with love and laughter. The youngest member, little Sarah, had a heart as big as the sky and a smile that could light up the darkest night. Her brother, Thomas, was a brave young lad with a mischievous twinkle in his eye. And their parents, Mary and John, were kind and gentle souls, nurturing their children with warmth and wisdom. One sunny morning, as the birds chirped a cheerful melody and the flowers bloomed in vibrant hues, Sarah and Thomas begged their parents for a grand adventure. With a twinkle in her eye, Mary suggested they spend the day with their animal friends in the forest. Excitement bubbled within their hearts as they packed a picnic basket with sandwiches, fruits, and treats for their furry and feathered companions. With a skip in their step, they ventured into the forest, the sunlight filtering through the leaves like golden ribbons. As they journeyed deeper into the woods, they were greeted by a chorus of greetings from their animal friends. Squirrels chattered in the treetops, rabbits hopped through the underbrush, and birds sang sweet melodies from their perches. Their first stop was at a clearing where a family of deer grazed peacefully. Sarah and Thomas giggled with delight as they fed the deer crunchy apples and tender carrots from their picnic basket. The deer nuzzled their hands with gratitude, their gentle eyes sparkling with joy. Next, they visited a babbling brook where a family of ducks paddled in the cool waters. With a playful splash, Sarah and Thomas joined their feathered friends in the water, laughing as they chased after floating leaves and twigs. Their adventure continued as they ventured deeper into the forest, encountering a host of animal friends along the way. They shared their picnic with a family of squirrels, danced with a troop of butterflies, and played hide and seek with a curious fox cub. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows across the forest floor, Sarah and Thomas bid farewell to their animal friends and made their way back home. Their hearts were full of memories of their wonderful day together, a day filled with laughter, friendship, and the magic of the forest. And as they settled down for the night, snuggled beneath cozy blankets and surrounded by the love of their family, Sarah and Thomas knew that they would cherish their day with their animal friends forevermore. For in the heart of the forest, amidst the rustle of leaves and the whisper of the wind, they had discovered the truest treasure of all, the bond of family and the wonder of nature's embrace. Once upon a time, in a cozy cottage nestled at the edge of a sun-dappled forest, lived a family filled with love and laughter. Grandma Clara was the heart of the home, her warm smile and kind eyes bringing joy to all who crossed her threshold. And her grandchildren, Emma and Liam, were the light of her life, their laughter echoing through the halls like music in the wind. One bright summer's day, as the sun painted the sky in shades of gold and amber, Grandma Clara called her grandchildren to her side. "I have a special surprise for you," she said, her eyes twinkling with mischief. "We're going on a treasure hunt right here at my house." Emma and Liam's eyes widened with excitement as Grandma Clara handed them each a worn map, its edges frayed with age. "Follow the clues, and you'll discover a treasure beyond compare," she said, her voice filled with mystery and wonder. With hearts pounding with anticipation, the children set off on their adventure, their laughter trailing behind them like a ribbon in the breeze. The first clue led them to the old oak tree in the garden, where they found a key hidden amongst the roots, glinting in the sunlight like a nugget of gold. With the key in hand, they unlocked the door to the attic, where cobwebs danced in the dusty air like ghostly specters. Amongst the forgotten treasures of years gone by, they discovered a chest adorned with intricate carvings and shimmering jewels. With bated breath, they opened the chest to reveal its contents. A trove of memories, each one more precious than the last. There were photographs of Grandma Clara as a young girl, exploring the very same woods they now called home. There were letters and trinkets from distant lands, souvenirs of adventures long past. And nestled at the bottom of the chest was a simple wooden box, its lid engraved with the words, "Family is the greatest treasure of all." Tears glistened in Grandma Clara's eyes as she watched her grandchildren marvel at the treasures before them. "Every moment we spend together is a treasure beyond compare," she said, her voice soft with emotion. "And no matter where life may take us, we will always have each other." And so, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars twinkled in the velvet sky, Emma, Liam, and Grandma Clara shared a hug that seemed to span eternity. For in their journey through the treasure hunt at Grandma's house, they had discovered the true meaning of family: love, laughter, and memories that would last a lifetime. Once upon a time, in a quaint seaside village, where the scent of salt lingered in the air and seagulls soared high above, there lived a family of intrepid explorers. The youngest member, Lily, was a spirited girl with a heart as adventurous as the ocean itself. Her brother, Oliver, was bold and brave, always ready to chart new territories and discover hidden wonders. And their parents, Captain James and First Mate Amelia, were seasoned sailors, their tales of daring escapades sparking the imagination of all who heard them. One stormy night, as waves crashed against the rocky cliffs and lightning illuminated the sky, a mysterious visitor appeared on their doorstep. It was an old sailor, weathered by the sea and adorned with tales of lost islands and hidden treasures. In his gnarled hands, he held a tattered map, its edges frayed with age and its surface adorned with strange symbols and markings. "This is no ordinary map," the sailor said, his voice a whisper in the howling wind. "It is a magic map, leading to a lost island rumored to hold riches beyond imagination." With hearts pounding with excitement, Lily, Oliver, Captain James, and First Mate Amelia embarked on their greatest adventure yet. Guided by the enchanted map, they sailed across storm-tossed seas and treacherous currents, their ship slicing through the waves like a blade through silk. Days turned into weeks as they followed the map's cryptic clues, each one leading them closer to their destination. They battled fierce storms and cunning sea creatures, their courage and determination unwavering in the face of adversity. At long last, they reached the coordinates marked on the map, a secluded island shrouded in mist and mystery. As they stepped onto its sandy shores, they were greeted by the sound of birdsong and the rustle of palm leaves in the gentle breeze. But the island held more than just treasure. It held secrets as ancient as time itself. Beneath its verdant jungles and crystal-clear waters lay ruins of a long-forgotten civilization, their stones whispering tales of glory and tragedy to those who dared to listen. As they explored the island's hidden depths, Lily, Oliver, Captain James, and First Mate Amelia uncovered treasures beyond their wildest dreams. Golden artifacts, glittering gemstones, and ancient relics imbued with magic. But amidst the riches, they found something even more precious, a bond that transcended time and space, forged by the trials and triumphs of their shared adventure. For in the magic map and the lost island, they had discovered the true treasure of family, love, loyalty, and the promise of countless adventures yet to come. Once upon a time, nestled in the heart of a vast kingdom, there lay a forest veiled in mystery. Its towering trees whispered secrets to the wind, and its enchanted foliage shimmered with otherworldly hues under the moonlit sky. This wondrous woodland was known far and wide as the Enchanted Forest. In a cozy cottage on the forest's edge lived a family unlike any other. There was young Peter, a brave lad with a heart as pure as the morning dew. His sister, Lily, possessed a keen intellect and a spirit that danced with the butterflies. Their parents, Thomas and Eleanor, were wise and kind, nurturing their children with love and laughter. One crisp autumn morning, as golden leaves danced upon the breeze, a mysterious message fluttered into the cottage through an open window. It was an invitation, written in elegant script, beckoning the family to embark on a grand adventure deep into the heart of the Enchanted Forest. Excitement bubbled within their hearts as they prepared for their journey. Thomas packed provisions, while Eleanor gathered herbs for potions and remedies. Peter and Lily eagerly donned their cloaks, brimming with anticipation for the mysteries that awaited them. With laughter and song, the family ventured into the forest, their footsteps weaving through the lush undergrowth and winding paths. The air crackled with magic, and the trees seemed to whisper tales of forgotten wonders. As dusk painted the sky with hues of orange and pink, they stumbled upon a hidden glade bathed in the soft glow of fireflies. At its center stood a magnificent oak, its gnarled branches reaching towards the heavens like outstretched arms. Suddenly, the ground trembled beneath their feet, and the earth parted to reveal a hidden staircase leading deep into the earth. Without hesitation, the family descended into the darkness, their hearts pounding with excitement. They emerged into a vast chamber, illuminated by the soft glow of bioluminescent fungi. Before them stood the guardian of the forest, a majestic stag with eyes that sparkled like stars. With a gentle nod, the stag beckoned them forward, revealing the true purpose of their journey. In the heart of the chamber lay a shimmering pool, its waters reflecting the dreams and desires of all who gazed upon it. The guardian explained that the Enchanted Forest had chosen them to safeguard its magic, to protect its secrets from those who would seek to exploit its power for selfish gain. With newfound resolve, the family pledged to honor their duty, to cherish the wonders of the forest, and preserve its enchantment for generations to come. As they returned home, their hearts were filled with gratitude for the adventure they had shared and the bonds of family that had guided them through. And so, nestled in the heart of the Enchanted Forest, the family's tale became legend, a timeless story of courage, love, and the magic that binds us all together. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and whispering streams, there lived a family filled with a thirst for adventure. The youngest, little Emma, was as curious as a kitten, her eyes sparkling with wonder at the mysteries that lay beyond the horizon. Her brother Jack was bold and daring, his laughter ringing through the meadows as he chased after dreams with unwavering determination. And their parents, Henry and Amelia, were seasoned explorers, their hearts filled with tales of distant lands and forgotten treasures. One starry night, as the moon cast its silver glow upon the world, a visitor appeared at their doorstep. It was an ancient traveler, clad in robes woven from the threads of moonbeams, who spoke of a fabled land beyond the stars, the Moonbeam Mountains. Legends whispered of a realm where the moon kissed the earth, where crystals gleamed with unearthly light, and where the dreams of mortals danced upon the gentle breeze. With hearts aflame with curiosity, the family embarked on their grandest adventure yet. They journeyed across vast plains and tangled forests, guided by the gentle glow of the moon above. Along the way, they encountered creatures of myth and magic, from mischievous sprites to wise old owls, each offering guidance and wisdom to aid them on their quest. As they ascended into the heavens, the air grew thin, and the stars shimmered like diamonds upon a velvet tapestry. At long last, they reached the summit of the Moonbeam Mountains, where a sight beyond compare awaited them. Fields of crystal flowers stretched out before them, their petals shimmering with hues of silver and gold. Rivers of stardust cascaded down the mountainside, their melody echoing through the valleys below. And at the heart of it all stood the Moonbeam Palace, a majestic fortress carved from moonstone and bathed in the ethereal light of the celestial realm. But their journey was far from over, for nestled within the palace walls lay the greatest treasure of all, the Moonbeam Crystal, a gem of unparalleled beauty, said to hold the power to weave dreams into reality. With courage in their hearts and love as their guide, the family ventured forth into the palace, overcoming trials and tribulations with each step. And when they finally reached the chamber of the Moonbeam Crystal, they knew that their bond as a family had led them to this moment. With a gentle touch, Emma and Jack placed their hands upon the crystal, their dreams intertwining with its magic. And as they closed their eyes and whispered their deepest desires, the crystal shimmered with newfound brilliance, filling the chamber with light and love. And so, as dawn broke over the Moonbeam Mountains, the family returned home, their hearts full of joy and wonder. For in their journey to the stars, they had discovered the greatest treasure of all, the power of family, boundless and eternal, shining brighter than any moonbeam in the sky.